Abdul Khalid's lawyers have responded to claims that she was involved in an attempt to topple the government. Meanwhile, the MACC said that they are looking for Rafizi's former aide to assist with investigations. Stay tuned for this and more on KiniNews. One of the two lawyers named in a police report, which led to an investigation into an alleged attempt to topple the government, has rubbished the claims. Lawyer Nizamuddin Hamid said his client, Abdul Khalid, had never given her legal team such instructions. He confirmed that he was one of the lawyers named in the report and said that through his duty representing her, there was absolutely no discussions or instructions given to them to overthrow the government or undermine parliamentary democracy. Nizamuddin also commented on the alleged leaked communications plan, which had detailed efforts to preserve the reputation of Naima's late husband, former Finance Minister Daim Zainuddin. He said Daim's family has the right to defend themselves from any allegations leveled against them by the government, MACC and the media. He added that the claims, the reports and narrative being sold on the matter is outrageous and the mother of all lies. Last Friday, Inspector General of Police Khalid Ismail said that police were investigating a plot involving an influential individual and an international media agency. The probe, he added, is being carried out under Section 124B of the Penal Code for activities detrimental to parliamentary democracy. The police reports alleged that the individual identified as Naima had allegedly held an online meeting sometime in July last year where she discussed a purported plan to use international media outlets to mount pressure on Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim and MACC Chief Commissioner Azam Baki. Yesterday, lawyers representing Naima had also denied allegations that her family's public relations plan involved bankers and Zionists. This was in response to Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim's remarks in Parliament yesterday. In a statement, Rajesh Nagarajan and Sach Pritraj Singh said the claims were false, preposterous and outrageous. They stated that there is nothing like this, as alleged by Anwar, contained in the Daim family's PR communications plan dated August 2025. According to the lawyers, the communications plan was a standard crisis management strategy due to ongoing investigations by the MACC against former Finance Minister Daim Zainuddin's family. They said bankers were mentioned only twice in the plan within the context of assuring bankers that the MACC's investigation did not affect Naima's creditworthiness. They added that Anwar's claim that Zionists are involved is even more ridiculous, as there is not one word about Zionism or Israel or anything related to it in the entire communications plan. Rajesh and Sach Pritraj warned that while statements made in Parliament are protected by parliamentary immunity, any repetition of what they described as defamatory claims outside the House could prompt legal action. Yesterday, Anwar had said that the attempt to topple the government is supported by a group of Malaysians by leveraging the influence of the media and international institutions, including involving a prominent Zionist group. He was believed to be referring to a leaked 13-page document understood to be a communications plan, which was allegedly prepared as part of Daim's family's efforts to preserve his reputation amid legal action by the MACC. From now on, you can also listen to KiniNews on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Scan the QR code on the screen to follow us. The Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission is seeking a former aide to ex-Economy Minister Rafizi Ramli to assist with an ongoing probe. The investigation centers on claims that Rafizi expedited a government deal worth 1.1 billion ringgit with British semiconductor giant ARM Holdings. In a statement, the MACC said it is attempting to locate Chai Jin Shern, also known as James Chai, whose last known address was in Shah Alam, Selangor. The commission urged anyone with information about his whereabouts to get in touch. When reached for comments, Chai said he is tired of state resources being used this way. He added that he would be issuing a statement on the matter soon. Meanwhile, in a press conference later, MACC Chief Azam Baki said that a total of 12 witnesses have been summoned in the case. Azam also stressed that the commission would investigate the matter in a fair and professional manner.
Kita dalam hal ini, kita tidak akan membiarkan mana-mana pihak untuk manipulasikan dalam isu ini. So kita akan siasat isu ini secara adil, profesional. Dan semua pihak diharapkan bersabar untuk menunggu hasil siasatan kami. Okey?
Sri, adakah 12 orang saksi itu yang dipanggil turut melibatkan bekas menteri?
Ada yang juga melibatkan bekas menteri, ada juga melibatkan pegawai-pegawai kanan daripada kementerian-kementerian berkenaan seperti Ketua Setiausaha Bahagian dan sebagainya.
Bersatu President Muhyiddin Yassin said he would raise objections should his former deputy Hamzah Zainuddin try to join Perikatan Nasional under a new party. He said the decision to join the coalition did not rest with one party alone and must be agreed upon by all component parties. According to Berita Harian, Muhyiddin stated that if Hamzah wants to find his own path, then that is up to him and he will not interfere. However, he said if Hamzah wants to join PN, he will say no, adding that once bitten, twice shy. Berita Harian also reported Muhyiddin as saying that Bersatu remains solid. This is despite the majority of the party's MPs siding with Hamzah. He questioned how many among the hundreds of thousands of members have actually followed Hamzah and how many division chiefs have resigned. He added that it is not all MPs and assembly persons, noting that many members remain firmly with the party. Muhyiddin also stressed that he does not intend to lead Bersatu indefinitely and is prepared to hand over leadership to the next generation of leaders soon. He said Bersatu has sufficient successors, including Vice Presidents Muhammad Raziuddin and Ahmad Faisal Azumu, Secretary General Muhammad Azmin Ali, Youth Chief Muhammad Hilman Idham, and Bersatu Supreme Council member Dr. Afif Bahardin. If you like the stories we produce, consider supporting us by subscribing to Malaysia Kini. Click the link in the description below or scan the QR code on your screen to subscribe. Former Premier Ismail Sabri has stressed that there are no links between Parti Keluarga Malaysia and his Yayasan Keluarga Malaysia. Ismail Sabri, whose administration used the Keluarga Malaysia tagline, admitted that the phrase has not been trademarked but raised concerns that the party may cause confusion. He said the matter had only just come to his attention and that he will wait for any announcement from the Registrar of Societies Malaysia before deciding on any next steps. He expressed concern that the similarity in names could potentially mislead the public, particularly donors who have been contributing to the foundation. Parti Keluarga Malaysia, which does not appear to be registered with the Registrar of Societies, drew attention following reports that former Parti Pribumi Bersatu Malaysia Deputy President Hamzah Zainuddin was planning to take over the party. Yesterday, Hamzah told reporters that discussions had taken place on how he might take over the party. He noted that constitutional and procedural requirements remain key considerations and said talks are ongoing. Communications Minister Fahmi Fadzil said that a motion to reintroduce a constitutional amendment bill to limit the Prime Minister's tenure to a maximum of 10 years can be retabled for consideration at any time during the next parliamentary sittings. He added that there are 2 more meetings this year around June and October where they can retable the bill. Fahmi stressed that the bill carries no implications for the government or the Prime Minister personally. In fact, he said some lawmakers have suggested the failure to pass the constitutional amendment signals support for the Prime Minister to serve beyond 10 years. When asked about the attendance of MPs during the bloc voting, Fahmi said all representatives from the Pakatan Harapan bloc were present and voted in favour of the amendment. However, 8 government MPs were absent, including 3 from Barisan Nasional, 1 each from Gabungan Parti Sarawak, Gabungan Rakyat Sabah, and Parti Bangsa Malaysia, as well as 2 independents. He said instructions had been issued for all government MPs to attend, and those absent must explain themselves to their respective party chief whips and the government chief whip. And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, X, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. I'm Kimelia. Thanks for watching.